Do y'all remember in the beginning of the season in my NBA Western Conference prediction video when I said the Timberwolves will make the playoffs? If not, let's just look at this together.
They are nice as fuck. They're nice. If they can stay healthy, if Cat and D'Lo can play more than 25 fucking games together, then they're gonna be in the playoffs. I don't care what nobody say.
So yeah, I was right. Now, yes, it's not confirmed that they will make the playoffs, but it would have to take a major meltdown for this team to fall out of at least the play-in race. As of right now, they are 29 and 25, and that just tells you how weak the Western Conference is. That a 29 and 25 team is the 7th seed, and then one game away from the 6th seed. As of late, this team has been really hot. Ever since January, they have been 13 and 6 and have been really, really fun to watch. Of course, they are led by their franchise player, Karl Anthony Towns, who has, since this season, stepped up his all-around game. We already know he's one of the most talented big men that we've seen of all time. But just look at the stats. 24 points, 9 rebounds, which is pretty low for him. But 9 rebounds, all while shooting 52% from the field and 40% from three. One of the most consistent shooting bigs we've seen of all time. He has an argument of being one of the best big man shooters of all time. I think that goes to Kevin Love, but he definitely has an argument because the way he shoots the ball is crazy. He is in the three-point contest all year. This year. So we'll see with that. But what I like from him is he's been super locked in on the defensive side. And you can attest that to a lot of things. Their whole team has been really decent on the defense. But I attested to that they're actually winning games. Like one of the people that I watch all the time, PP the Plug, he said that players are not going to sit here and try to lock down when they're losing every game. Like D-Book. They always said D-Book was a terrible defender. That's because he was losing every game he was playing. But now that they're actually winning games, he's playing quality defense. Same with Karl Anthony Towns. He's not a lockdown. I'm not going to sit here and act like he's a lockdown or anything. But he has been playing really good defense this year. And maybe because they're winning more games. Like I said, they were 7 seed. Now, y'all know me. I said since the beginning of the season, I feel like Anthony Edwards is the best player on this team. And I feel that way because of many things. Not just with his stats. They don't matter like that to me. But if you care, he's averaging 21 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists in his second year in the league. But for me, it's more about his leadership and his character. With his character and his personality, I feel like he's a better face of the team, like a better face of the franchise. He has changed the culture to the team, brought swag to this team. And you can see it on the court, man. This team has a type of swagger with them, and I think he's ahead of that. And I feel like their swagger, their culture that they have right now, that's the reason why they're winning. And I think Anthony Edwards has brought this to this team, this little Atlanta swag that he has. Probably the funniest player in the league. I know everybody loves watching his post-game interviews. One of the funniest guys in the league. And I just love what he does for this team. And I feel like in a couple years, man, once he gets more consistent, bro, like he said the other day, he wants to be the face of this league. I don't think it's too far away. I don't think it's too far away. This dude is a monster. He's a monster. They traded for D'Lo, I believe, 2 years ago. For a minute, it didn't look like it was going to work out. I believe literally last season, him and Cat only played 25 games together. Both of them were really injury prone. That's kind of changed this season. But as of right now, bro, I'm loving what I'm seeing from D'Angelo Russell. He's putting it all together. This year, he's not just a scorer. For the years and years, he was just labeled as a scorer that can facilitate sometimes. I think he's back to his Brooklyn Nets ways where he's the leader of the team, another leader on this team. And he's making this team fun again. With him being more of a leader, I love the way he's hooping this year. Crazy thing is, I don't know if y'all peep, but when it comes to their leader on the defensive side, it starts with D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell, for years and years, was known as one of the worst defenders we have in this league. But now that they're winning, like I said, when you win more games, you're going to lock in. And now that they're winning, bro, we're seeing him call out shots on the defensive side. And that's something I never thought I'd see before. And I'm loving it. And I'm completely loving it, man. And I'm loving what he's bringing to this team. And I'm happy for him. He's in a spot now where he's actually winning games, and they don't actually look like a fluke. Like, when his Brooklyn Nets days, we knew it was cool. That was a cool story, but we know they wasn't really on nothing. This team is a nice, fun, young team that can make a lot of moves. And I'm excited for them. They have been the 14th best defense this year. We can attest that to many things like their stars stepping up on defense. Like I've been saying this whole time, Anthony Edwards has always been a decent defender. Cat and D'Lo, they were bad defenders. Now they're pretty decent defenders. But it's more of their role players that are stepping up tremendously, like Jared Vanderbilt, Pat Bev, or Jaden McDaniels. Both players that are very comfortable guarding any player on the court. Jared Vanderbilt, he's a monster. You see his highlights in the background. I know this is the best highlights I can find. He's a monster. Y'all know that game a couple weeks ago when he was guarding Steph Curry full court the whole game. He's a monster on the defensive side. The organization was looking for a four next to Cat for the longest time that could stick defense and kind of spread the floor. They found one. Jared Vanderbilt is a monster. He's one of them guys, them hard-working guys. Like I know I always talk about Cambridge Williams because I like when he brings as far as his hard work ethic and all that stuff. And he does the extra things in one game. That's the same thing with Jared Vanderbilt. And you can see it's feeding off to the rest of his team. He brings a lot of energy for them on the defensive side. And that's why they're so good on defense this year. I think he's a leader in that. Now, if they want to make moves, I think they should, and I think they could. They have several pieces like Malik Beasley or Jaden McDaniels and Pat Bev. Several young veteran pieces that can go out there and use some guys. Guys like Marcus Smart, Miles Turner, even a P.J. Washington. I would love a P.J. Washington trade for this team, bro. Even though I just said Jared Vanderbilt is that guy, putting next to Cat, he still can be. But P.J. Washington would just bring another aspect to the team, especially coming off the bench. I didn't even talk about Nas Reed this video, but Nas Reed, I love Nas Reed ever since high school. But they should keep him. He's really good on their defensive side, too. But they have plenty of trades they got on the table. I heard they were thinking about trading Jaden McDaniels and Malik Beasley, or instead of Jaden McDaniels adding a first-round pick to go get Marcus Smart. I would really like that trade. You have a lineup of D'Lo, Marcus Smart, Anthony Edwards, Jared Vanderbilt, and Cat. That's a really good team. And that's a really, really good starting lineup, especially when you got guys off the bench like I just had a brain fart. Pat Bev, Nas Reed. They got a lot of players off that bench that can play basketball, man. And I really like that for them. I would rather them keep Jaden McDaniels because he means so much with their defense. They can trade the first round pick and get somebody, get Marcus Smart with that. That's what I would rather them do. But they have 24 hours, man. Trade deadline tomorrow. Hopefully they make a trade because I really love this team. Now my dream is that the Grizzlies end up being the 3rd seed and this team ended up being the 6th seed because that playoff matchup, I'm telling you, that playoff matchup would be so freaking exciting, bro. I would love that matchup, bro. I would love it because when you look at guys like Ja and Anthony Edwards, two guys that changed their whole franchise, changed the culture of their whole franchise, bro. And I don't think that matchup is as easy to decide as people would think it is. Yes, the Grizzlies have been looking amazing, but they're a team that can get beat. They've been looking amazing. They've been facing a lot of sorry teams. I don't know if people were paying attention to their schedule. They've been facing a lot of sorry teams. Not saying that they're not beating good teams now, but a lot of these ones are against sorry teams, bro. But when you look at this Minnesota team, I feel like they match up really well with that Memphis team. And I would love that matchup, seeing Cat and Jaren Jackson go at it down low, seeing Desmond Bain on Anthony Edwards, seeing John on D'Lo, man. I would love that, bro. I would love that. And I'm not gonna lie, as of right now, bro, I don't know. I can't pick. I was gonna try to pick, but I can't pick because I would absolutely love that. That's why I said that's my dream. But that is it for this video, man. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, share with your friends. Shout out to Timberwolves for actually being good. Peace out.